Hey, this is JJ from Richards Bay Wood Creations, and in this week I'm building a coffee table, and I'm also giving a couple of tips on how to align your tops so it doesn't warp. So as we start, as you can see my setup, I've got a very long plank that I need to set up, and yeah, this is a 1 to 5 by 25, and this is the tabletop that I'm building out of this. And so the tabletop is actually the build and not the legs. The legs I had bought regards to making this table, and yeah, just cutting down the size of this table would be 1 meter length, and eventually I will trim it down and cut it down to its actual size because I will put a edging around it as well. So just getting that sides cleaned up very nicely so I can have a flush trim for what I want to do. Just making sure that it runs through smoothly. Afterwards I will be putting it through the thicknesser as well, so it can just get a clean look. So the sanding process will be much better. As I said in my previous videos as well, I mainly use construction timber, and that means it's not all pretty cleaned up, and yeah, it's treated wood, so I can't use this wonderful sawdust because it's treated. So if I wanted to do like plants and stuff, I can't put that in, it will destroy it. But that's my process. I had to clean up everything afterwards, and it takes time, but eventually it's part of the process.
So what I've done here is, as you can see, how the grooves go. It goes up, down like a U shape, and then it goes over, and then it goes down again, goes over, goes down. That just will help to flatten your board more, and that it doesn't warp. Yeah, this is just a little trick that I've learned.
So laying out my tabletop, I'm just marking out an even space where I put the biscuits in, and this will be my joining that I'm going to be doing. Yeah, at this moment I was just not really concentrating because of the heat, but yeah, like as you can see, things fall off, but that's part of being a woodworker. You do things that you don't really understand exactly why, um, but yeah, it's a cool way to join is with this biscuit cutter and using biscuits. Adding in the biscuits, what happens with a biscuit when you glue them, they swell up a little bit, and that also gives the grip at the end of the bolt. So yeah, the biscuits I enjoy because it's made out of reclaimed material, and so nothing goes to waste in a sense. So yeah, just gluing up and putting double side again on all my materials on the sides, and just putting that glue down and just gluing everything together as a fit. And what I did with this clamps, like with my previous ones, I just put the bare clamps on, but this time I used little blocks just so that it doesn't hurt the wood itself. And also by adding in the sides, which I'm taking off at the moment, that kind of helps to keep everything straight, because once you put these clamps on, it sometimes tend to pull into to the sides where it bows the whole project. And yeah, just going afterwards and just cleaning up all that glue, and just getting everything ready for the final sanding, and just going and just cleaning up all that glue marks, because there's a lot of squeeze outs that happen during a project. And yeah, that's just part of the fun. And as you can see, the table I built to the size that I needed it, but then afterwards I came and just trimmed it off on the sides, and also using other materials just to give it a profile. I want to make a framework around this table, and it will give me a nice finished look that you don't see like these end grains and the stuff that's happening. So I'm also taking off on my sides where the end grain is, and that will just also give it a to get the size that I was looking for. So I love this face tool of mine. It just cuts nicely with a track saw. If you don't have a track saw, I mean, there's so many ways that you can use a track saw to do it. And I just miter cut them 45 degrees and gluing, and then I took my staple gun just to staple these sides on, and it will also give me a thicker look to the table. The reason why I did it is because underneath, when the legs are mounted on, that it kind of hides the legs, um, the brackets where you attach it. You just hide that away, so it just gives a nice clean look. And yeah, just stapling it, and afterwards would be just also just to put a screw or two in, and there's a pretty cool finish that I also do when I've drilled um, holes in, and I'll show you um, very soon. But yeah, as you can see, like the table started to build up that bow, because that's a natural um, way that these would go. It's pine, they treat it, so once it's in the sun, once it's drying out and it's not packed properly, it can cause that it slightly will just adjust in its form, if I can put it that way. Yeah, and this is the part that I really enjoy, is to go afterwards, and where I've drilled the holes in to put my screws in, just come and put a dowel in and get that nicely flushed. As you can see, that's the frame at the bottom, so it kind of hides the legs where I'm putting it in. And what I've done with just marking out where the spaces are for the legs was just putting one in front of the others and just moving it and just finding that spot. And then this is the last little stretch of just doing what I need to do, filling all gaps and spots that is can be an eyesore. But if you go a rustic look, then obviously you kind of want to keep your um, your holes and your things open. But this is not a rustic kind of look that I'm going for. I'm going more for a modernized look. So yet again, doing the cleanups on the side, so it doesn't have a sharp edge to it, and just using this little piece that I've put on a baby grinder with a velcro disc on it, and that just gives me like a sanding block, which I really enjoy to have. It just gives me that little round over, that I don't have to go and route it and stuff. It's just getting it just a little bit smoother. The paint that I'm using to put on this project is a stain, mixed with a clear coat varnish. So, and this is an Boya color that the product that I was using. So it comes in a 1 liter, the clear stain, and then I just add in the little three. I don't know how many mils the bottle is, but you add that in, and then you shake it up, and then you get the color that is presented at the moment. So it's pretty cool product that I've been using, and yeah, it just gives me that nice look to it, which the first coat that I do put on kind of really doesn't give me the true color that I was looking for. I was looking for something that's more a glossy look to it. You get a glossy or you get a satin um, varnish in this product, but I was going for the glossiness. Um, yeah, and this is just my first coat, so it really just pulls into that wood, and it gives that stain a proper chance to go into the wood. This is the second coat that I put on, and here you can see the real true color coming out, and that gives that glossy look. I know I'm working in a little small space, but it started to rain, so I had to pull in and work inside. But yeah, that's fun. I still need to get to the place where I'm actually not hand painting, but maybe doing a proper spray on the projects that I do. But yeah, that's kind of the final project. If you have enjoyed spending time with me and enjoyed getting to see some tips and tricks that I've done to put a tabletop together, yeah, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, that would help many lots. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.